Oh, the dignity and magnanimity of royalty. The ceremony. The majesty. The absurdity. Today's drabble is brought to you by the words smile, imperial, and art. And now, another drabble by your favourite magical library in human skin. You will address her as your Royal Highness. My Emperor's pompous rebuke shunts the artist behind his easel. The cowed man stammers to correct himself. And he must have been so euphoric to receive this commission. An imperial portrait demands both ceremony and celebration. If one were ever finished. Your Royal Highness, sit still. Our resident art connoisseur pauses his critique of every brushstroke to chide the royal subject. This portrait will hang for centuries. Sir, be patient. My Emperor's voice wheedles for leniency. She is young. And a dog. Her Royal Highness yips and bounces, punctuating my arid reminder. Hello, hello. In the current timeline, as far as I am aware, I am still Moonfeather Blue, fantasy writer and magical library in human skin. If you enjoyed this portrait sitting gone somewhat awry, please assure Blue of this fact by acting as any entertained Roman emperor would in this modern age, and bestow upon Blue a digital thumbs up. Although it seems thumbs up might have actually signified to deliver the killing blow, and thumbs down, that's what meant mercy. That sort of makes the whole YouTube likes system a little awkward now, doesn't it? Just a little. Though I doubt YouTube would appreciate any feedback in that regard. But do you know who would appreciate feedback? Blue, of course. If you are so inclined, please do leave any praise and or critique for today's drabble in the comments. Blue does appreciate you and the time you take to deliver all such feedback. To the moon and back. I appreciate you. Thank you. So, you would think a creativity deity Blue on these random word dice. Smile, imperial, and art. They do most of the heavy lifting on their own. There's no need for any cranial acrobatics to twist an idea out of these words. Acrobats! That's true. That is very, very true. But for whatever reason, these words still sat in my drabbles folder with only basic notes attached for quite a while. Or it could have been half finished and I couldn't quite tie it all together. I can't remember. Blue's memory is not the best.
My memory is not what it used to be.
Well, what did it used to be?
I've forgotten.
I should probably start taking notes on the story writing process. Or, just recording the whole story writing process. And then posting it as separate videos as solid proof that Blue writes these things herself. Because, yes, getting harder and harder to be sure people are doing their own writing. It's sort of getting to the point where Blue wishes to provide evidence.
Now there's proof.
Just to prevent any ill thoughts towards her, any accusations. Please don't accuse Blue of not writing her own stories. She does. She does. In any case, there's a nice little clash here between the highly formal mood and the wriggly puppy dog who cannot be reined into solemnity. Reined into solemnity. That sounds kind of cool, don't you think?
That's kind of pretty.
This whole scene feels just a little bit to me like, it's got a bit of an Emperor's New I almost said Emperor's New Groove. Sorry. Different Emperor. It's got a bit of an Emperor's New Clothes sort of vibe to it. Everyone bar the Emperor, and maybe the dog, knows exactly how ridiculous this is.
This is absurd!
But no one except our lovely POV is game to speak up. Or is it worse if the artist and the art connoisseur don't actually realize how ridiculous it is? They're just too enmeshed in the absurdity of aristocracy to actually notice. Not our POV though. Our patron saint of detached observations. She is of course the royal consort. Hopefully having her call him my emperor helped to clarify that without words. Well, without having to spell it out. But I guess technically he is everyone's emperor. So, our POV is stuck in this highly formal portrait sitting. The artist is terrified of displeasing the emperor, the connoisseur's criticism is relentless, and the emperor's favourite puppo just can't sit still.
You see, petting the dog is one of the most relaxing things you can possibly do.
This sounds almost like a comedy sketch prompt. Blue's not going anywhere else with that. Blue used to do theatre sports, but really out of practice over here.
Okay, we're a little rusty. That's all.
I already wrote the drabble. Please don't make me turn it into a comedy sketch. Anyway, I think breaking this heavily muffled tension with a bit of dry humour was definitely in order. Who knows how long this portrait sitting will take? Who knows what'll happen to the poor artist if he takes too long?
May we burn,
There's really a smorgasbord of characters squished into these 100 words. So, as far as prequel and sequel thoughts go, pick one of them and go nuts. So, let's think about the artist for a second. So, does a grim fate await him if the portrait isn't up to scratch? How did his art come to the attention of the art connoisseur? Is this artist quite famous? Or is he a struggling genius, gifted this so-called opportunity of a lifetime? In all honesty, I'm a little bit more intrigued by the dog. Yeah, I haven't really been treating this story particularly seriously, have I? But, yeah, I guess more and more now people are choosing pets over progeny. Pet portraits, they're definitely a thing.
That was a thing.
So, did the Emperor just decide he couldn't balance fatherhood with the whole Emperor gig? Because it's definitely not because he can't afford them. Or, yeah, there could actually be a sad backstory. Maybe he's having a portrait painted of his favourite puppo because he hasn't been able to have children. And the Emperor and the royal consort agreed on this pet portrait as a bit of a spectacle, maybe to please the people. So this portrait sitting, as silly as it seems on the surface, it could actually be really painful for the both of them. Pain which they seem to be handling in very different ways. So the Emperor dotes on his child replacement, and the royal consort hides behind humour. Classic.
Classic.
Yes. A spectacle to please the people. Occasionally required.
Are you not entertained?
And, as well to finally add another portrait to the wall, to the royal wall. So, a concern that does arise out of this is the dog officially the Emperor's heir? As always, in addition to, or instead of sharing backstory and future event ideas for this drabble, you could write an entirely new drabble using these words. As a quick reminder, they are smile, imperial, and art. Blue can't wait to read what these 3 words mould in your beautiful creative minds. Blue will now go and write the next drabble script, as of finishing writing this script. And she will go and record the next drabble script, as of finishing recording this script. And she will leave you now to pursue any and all wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey pursuits of your own.
Wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey.
And, Doctor Who fans, please don't come after me with pitchforks if I have used that term inappropriately. It just popped into Blue's mind, and therefore into the script. Thank you so much again.
Oh, thank you.
Please subscribe for more stories. Blah. Thank you so much again. Please subscribe for more stories from Blue, and wherever you are in the world, I hope the rest of your day is absolutely lovely, because that is what you deserve. That's what you deserve. Deal with it.
You gotta deal with it!
Until next time, bye-bye! Bye-bye! Magnanimity. 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 Magnanimity.